through the static. And you got with Shmur 410. You got the 410, but you got the static, and everything else, especially with the main Shmur and the 410s. Like, ooh, we got something right here. Especially from this whole thing, like how we seen it and everything else. Like, we got something on another point of a thing, especially from the whole static. Like, you better have that. Like, this whole thing. I know this one is a precautious one, a static frizz, especially from this whole thing, especially with Shmur and you got the 410s. So I'm expecting something little fine off of this, especially from this whole concern. But especially with this litter fight, I'm suspecting something litter spy coming off of this whole preview and everything else, especially from this whole thing. Like, this one seems a little. Sheesh.
We don't gun leave when we slap this, would've been gassed if he caught us a hat trick. We done 2 in a day when we splashed him, headshot, chest shot, one turn package. Oi, when we slap this, would've been gassed if he caught us a hat trick. We done 2 in a day when we splashed him, headshot, chest shot, one turn.
Ooh, hold on. We can't forget about that disclaimer. Look, all disclaimers and everything else is just for the preview. Don't, just through this whole thing, especially from the disclaimer, we gotta get that disclaimer, especially from the whole thing coming through this. But ooh, this one's already beaming like this beaming towards something.
We don't gun leave when we slap this, would've been gassed if he caught us a hat trick. We done 2 in a day when we splashed him, headshot, chest shot, one turn package. Oi, check my status, I been.
Ooh, check this stat. Ooh, check the whole thing. He said chest shot head. Ooh, chest. Ooh, and the whole thing. And then we didn't did the whole commercial. We didn't did the whole commercial thing on him. Like, ooh, dang, this one right here, it can go both. It can go both ways. Like, both ways. Especially from the whole, like, you coming from those whole things. Like, they don't play by the whole things. Like, they don't play by the rules, by the percent. Like, it's just by their own percent. It's like they building their own type of percent of these.
Gassed if he caught us a hat trick. We done 2 in a day when we splashed him, headshot, chest shot, one turn package. Oi, check my status, I've been there, done that. I check his status.
Ooh, what do you say? One turn into a package? Ooh. So basically they didn't nail them into a package or something. Especially from the whole thing, like, ooh, hold on.
One turn package. Oi, check my status, I've been there, done that. I check his status or nothing, they come back. He ate from the rock, but I caught him in rock. I dick the apple when he butt, man. I'm looking at bro like, why they go at man? We don't cyber attack, man. And if man wanna talk about points, I'm bringing the joints, I'm posted in Baghdad. We miss just hot like Pac-Man, back it, ching it, now he's a hashtag.
Ooh, now he's a hashtag. Oof. Hey, this can go both ways. Like, hey, especially from the whole thing, like it just gets more deeper and deeper into it. Like, the more you see the scenes, it just gets more evidence. Like, you don't know what's coming to this point of the view. Like, it's just like attacking something.
Like Pac-Man, back it, ching it, now he's a hashtag. Back it, ching it, now he's a. I was looking at life twice, both minimum 25. Orders trying to give us advice. You said fuck that, we still wet man live. No soul site, no you can't track the device. Live by the knife, you gotta die by the knife. Fling on the pave, I ain't waiting for the lights. Where's the contract, should be sponsored by Heinz. Pull up on who you caught me in my element. I come a long way from development. I can strike, assist, piss, seek. I shouldn't try to go for the header and clip our way telling them.
Ooh, I came a long way from development, and then you got the 410s. Like, you got the 410s. I forgot the whole thing, but you got the 410s. Like, hey, they part of the 410s, so he got the whole 410s around him. Part of the elements. Then the older that you live by the whole thing, then you cruise by it, saying like they say, it's a curse. It's a curse. Whatever you do, like, you got a curse on what you live through. Like, if you live that life, then that curse is gonna come through as you live through them pieces and them some strickers, then it's gonna come.
Seeker, shouldn't try to go for the header and clip our way, telling her we're in camp. Fuck the ops, they just wanna be relevant. Between me, IK, KT, Skeng, I know we ching more than 10 of them. You're irrelevant if you're chilling with my bro give chat but he bats it, solo kigger, they're moving erratic. D-Rose 1 up, he stayed in the savage. 3K 122, it'll manage. 3 Ras and Sav to this backwards. 3 Ras and Sav to this backwards. I'm playing attack, I ain't playing defense. But don't go it in his right back, and he got left back by his friend. That's minimum 10 if I'm rolling with 10. Change the plate, so riding again. Where's wanna knife him again? Don't play a position, you will get benched. Sit on the fence, that don't make sense, but you know it makes sense, bro.
Ooh, sit on the bench and you know it don't make sense. You know it's irrelevant and don't get left, especially from the whole thing. Like they say, you really gotta stick to. You gotta stick to one thing. Like to survive, you gotta stick to one thing. It's like you cannot like get left. You get left over like through the whole thing, especially from the elements. Like especially out there, like you gotta really watch what you doing, like who you really with, cause it can get real like texture, especially if you ain't around the right people. Like get real static.
Again, don't play a position, you will get benched. Sit on the fence, that don't make sense, but you know it makes sense, bro. Put it in all that teeth, the whole 15s, you know what I mean? It's hands on repeat, it's a dirty shack, but you know it's clean. Chest shot, another one, just saw the chest shot. Fresh out the can, came back quite left off. C-double-S, get left for the drenched, got juiced up. Did they give it no leg shot, head shot? One, just saw the chest shot. Fresh out the can, came back quite left off. C-double-S, get left for the drenched, got juiced up. Did they give it no leg shot, head shot? Nah, and just give him a next one. I got locked cause the boy got sent off. CS got locked on the line with a dead spot. Session 60, the twin takes a next block. And if Aggie was there, I'll make this clear. Trust me, helicopter to send Toms. Trust me, helicopter to. That when he saw Corn fly, bow, he knew he could've end up dead. You know we had to lock that party, I bet the Barbies won't twerk there again. Both beef in the hill that don't make us friends. My enemy's enemy is not man's friend. We got banned for any affiliate, so you better mind we ain't walking with them. We don't care if you're chilling with slags, bitch. Beckham, the corn don't bend. If Boski wet him, I'll wet him again. Try come to the ends, you ain't leaving the ends. I don't wanna do C.
Ooh, you leaving the ends, just know you ain't leaving the ends. So once you touch it down, hey, it might not be no purpose of coming back. Like they say, it might not be no purposes, but we ain't really gonna get into the other stuff, the other details, because you know it is right here really stands out, and it's already showing a lot of stands out. But hey, the whole purpose and everything else, especially on the whole G check and everything else, like they say, coming around, you might even get, you know, and purpose G check like through the whole thing, especially from the whole thing, like the whole point of the view and everything else. Just really comes into that litisfied, like where it gets real actress and all type of like you gotta stay packed up.
Side like SI. See my blade, you see it, I wet man. You see it, you pretty tech man. Just on my rumba, just on my flip now.
Don't get cabbed or popped. Ads got and didn't know who was fishing it.
We said, should we glide with the dots? Bought the hand thing, spot him, they were spinning it. Fuck the cops, through my blocks. Splash get done, keep talk to a minimum. Splash get done, keep talk to a minimum.
Strix UK.
Boosh, we didn't came through with this one right here, like everything goes. Especially how they coming, like they coming from that limit. Like it's a limit where they just keep going. It's like where it just needs to just be on another thing. But they really put setting no limits, like especially with static and everything else. Like especially from the 410, like the 410 and you got Shmur, he really just reproduced it. This like I was on a cautious. This had me like probably on a little stick of mist thing coming on or something. Cause the way this was coming through and the way he was just setting it off, like putting the whole thing. But hey, it comes with that beam, like that beam type of golfing thing. But you got with this one right here, especially with the that is and everything else, and just with the whole thing. But it's mainly with this one right here. This one, like he was just raising it down and everything else. But mainly with this one and everything else. Thanks, guys. Comment, like, and with this, but everything else, this one.